What's up, you guys? Slim here, back on my boy TeamSamuraiX1's channel, here to bring you guys an updated Gravekeeper's deck profile for the August 29 ban list. They did not touch card of Demise, which means Gravekeeper Demise, Gravekeepers in general are still a deck. For anyone that loves playing them back in 2009, 2010, up to now here in 2016, we can still play the deck. It has had some success recently with the release of card of Demise. It does give the deck new life. So I'm going to show you guys my take on it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I love playing Gravekeepers. It's one of my favorite decks in the game, and thank you, Sam, for letting me upload this. I hope you guys will really enjoy it. It'll give you something new to see besides all the stuff that we're going to see, the standard stuff we're going to see this format, because I think Gravekeepers actually have a chance, especially because of how powerful Necro Valley is. So let's just get into it real quick. Some of the monster lineup, of course, we have the 3 Spy, obviously like the main card of the deck, flip, get what you need, get your combos going. 3 copies of Command It that searches out what I feel is the best spell card in the deck, one of the best spell cards in the game, field cards, Necro Valley. You run 6 copies of Valley. The card is just so important. It does so much, not only for the deck, but it hurts so many decks. It really hurts Burning Abyss, Phantom Knights, whatever. They can't banish or anything. And being able to lock out some of the blue ice cards is really important too. 3 copies of Recruiter, search what you need except Spy, unfortunately, but get you everything else you need. 2 copies of Descendant. 3 is too many, 2 is perfect. Get rid of problematic back row or problematic monsters are in the way. And then for the last 2 Gravekeeper monsters, we run 1 Heretic, unaffected by pretty much everything, and 1 Assailant. For the, to switch the attack and defense if it does come up. So that's it for the monsters, you guys. Very low monster count, only 13, but it gets everything done. We do run Stell, of course, so we are able to get back any guys that would end up in the grave to continue our plays. For the spells, one of my favorite cards. They didn't want to ban it. I'm still going to play it. 3 copies of Card of Demise. You guys have seen this card before. You know what it does. This card is ridiculous. They decided to keep it around. I'm fine with that. So 3 Card of Demise and 3 Duality to help with the consistency. One thing you guys will notice, I'm not playing Allure of Darkness. Now, before people say, what is wrong with you, Allure is at 3, you need to realize that we run, if you take away the 3 Commandants, we run only 10 Dark Monsters. Now, that sounds like a lot. The problem is, a lot of times, we need these guys. We don't want to banish these guys. I tested with Allure, and it was good. It did help me accelerate the deck, but the problem is I want to keep my monsters around. They want to end up in the graveyard because of Stell. People can say, oh, you can Levier them back. We only have Recruiter as our level 3 to make that, and it's very rare that that play would come up. So that was the reason I chose not to run Allure. I felt that Demise and Duality would get you there. Since we are playing a 40-card deck, it would get you there. So that's the reason behind that, before anyone asks. The best card in the deck, one of the best cards in the game. This card is fantastic. It locks out Burning Abyss, Phantom Knight, hurts Blue Eyes drastically because of their recursion spells. And with one of the traps we run, people would be scared that, they send the White Stone of Ancients, then they bring up Dragon Spirit of White and they banish the Necro Valley. Well, we run traps that prevent that, so just in case people were wondering about that. 2 copies of Stell, obviously, to add back our Gravekeepers. The 1 Royal Tribute. You resolve this card, you should win, because Blue Eyes are like all monsters. You lock out their graveyard, outside of the stones, like they're kind of, they don't really have a lot of plays. Hit Burning Abyss, you got Necro Valley up, that really hinders their plays. Card's fantastic. 1 Raigeki for board wipes. That with Necro Valley is fantastic. And just 1 Upstart to keep it at 39 cards. And then for our traps, 3 Quaking Mirror Force and 1 regular Mirror Force. Now, people are wondering why this ratio. Quaking is fantastic. We usually keep a guy on board, set everything down, start popping away with Descendant and beating over because our guys are big under Necro Valley, so it really helps out a lot. I really like this card. It doesn't target, so it hits pretty much all. It can not wipe a whole board, but it can hit a whole board. And then 1 added Mirror Force for added protection. I was originally running Torrential Tribute. The problem I noticed, though, is that Torrential Tribute was really good with Necro Valley, but Mirror Force was just better because I didn't have to wait for them to summon. If they already had an established board and I drew Torrential, it was dead. If I drew regular Mirror Force, I could set it and then I could board wipe them. So that card ended up being really, really good in testing. One of my favorite traps in the deck is 2 Lose 1 Turn. This was the card I was talking about earlier. Lose 1 Turn will stop the Dragon Spirit of White from being able to banish any of the back rows, so that really helps. This card is fantastic. We only special summon off of Spy. And a lot of times that's not going to happen. Lose one turn really gets us there. It hinders them from attacking. It negates their special summon monsters. Just a very, very versatile card that just can really lock them out of the game and really let them play at our tempo. If we can tempo them to play at our speed, we're going to win the game, because our traps, our monsters, they have the recursion with Stell. They have the ability to get pretty much white boards with their effects. So it's just really, really solid. And then one card that I know people might hate on, but me and my boy Gage have tested this. Nick Giles has tested this, and the card has really been helpful, and that's Dark Bribe. And people are going to say, why on earth are you running Dark Bribe? Dark Bribe is an answer to Twin Twister. It's an answer to pretty much anything that could give us a problem. When you open, set Spy, Demise, set 4, whatever, and you have a Dark Bribe, you don't fear Twin Twister. You don't fear, overextending and walking into a Mirror Force or a Quaking, a Drowning, a Solemn, none of that stuff with Dark Bribe. They draw a card, whatever. If they Twin Twister, you bribe them, they draw another Twin Twister, well, good for them. They actually got lucky and drew another Twin Twister. It cost them 4 cards to activate. So Bribe has actually been really solid. Before you guys hate in the card, I highly suggest you test it. If you're not a fan of Dark Bribe, there are other options. You can play Magic Drain. You can play Huge Revolution is over. I don't think Huge Revo belongs in a main deck, but Dark Bribe is solid. It's a counter trap. The only way to counter it is with another counter. There is no Solemn Judgment, so honestly, they'd have to bribe it. So I think the card's solid. It's tested really well for me, and I'm going to keep it in there because it is really good protection for a deck like this. And then for the rest of the traps, 3 Solemn Strike, 1 Warning, 1 Emptiness. All very, very powerful trap cards that just take care of everything in the meta. So yeah, so that's it for the main deck, you guys. It's 40 cards. To the extra deck. Now the extra deck comes up here and there. I don't think it's something that comes up every game. Certain cards will come up more, so it's kind of pick or choose what rank 4s you want to play, honestly. I mean, I'll show you guys the ones that do come up. Heartland Draco, we do have Necro Valley. Being able to hit him directly, kind of steals games, plus it's really cute. Have to play it. 1 Giant Hand. I used to hate this card. I'm thinking maybe in this new format it might actually be a little bit better, being able to negate effects, but honestly it's there. It's kind of a placeholder. It's kind of crazy. The card was fantastic when it first came out as a prize card, but I don't think the card's that great anymore. But it's something you can test. You don't like it, you can swap it out for something else. 1 Honor Arc. I like Arc for its ability to stay alive. And also, Cosmo is going to go down dramatically in play, obviously, because it did get hit. The deck is not dead, but the deck is also not that solid. Being able to steal an opposing monster, especially a Blue Eyes, is pretty cool. So, Arc's in there for that reason. 1 Castel, because it's generic removal, really good. 1 Dweller, Burning Abyss, Mermails, everything. Spot removal in Diamond Direwolf. Bang Bang for game with Cowboy if it does come up. So those are like the main kind of generic guys. The ones that do come up is the Utopia package, and I did play 3. I played double Utopia and the Lightning so that I can do it twice. I mean, 5,000, they can't respond, is fantastic. Get over pretty much anything and game them. So that's why that's in there. I feel you just have to play this, and everyone's going to have access to this soon, so I feel it's very important to play the Utopias, and adding a second Utopia is important too. And then 1 Dark Rebellion, if it does come up, make a big monster beat over them, it works. Key Beetle Lock, the Emptiness, the Necro Valley, anything that could be anything that you want to protect. This card will come up. If this ever comes up and you've got this, I mean, this is over game. This is overkill, but it's fantastic if it does come up. You get a lot of game shots in with this card. 1 Gemini Pearl, because of lose 1 turn. You have that and lose 1 turn. It's pretty crazy because, it's just this is the vanilla, so it doesn't really get affected by anything. So I think it's pretty cool. Really solid card. And then I played 1 rank 3, and that was Grand Pulse. The only reason this is in here is there was a couple games in testing that there are 2 recruiters. You can get them back with Stealth. And of all the rank 3s, Levier was not. I wasn't going to dedicate the allures just to Levier back a guy when I felt that wasn't going to happen as much. I felt Grand Pulse has a solid 2,800 defense, and it is an MST to get rid of problematic cards, floodgates, anything that can hurt me, so that's why that's in there. So that's it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love playing Gravekeepers. I feel that as long as, they don't hit anything critical to the deck, each format, we're just going to try and bring the deck back. I feel that it's just really important to try other decks. Don't always play meta. You can always, have success with anti-meta. Like I said, this is such an important and just amazing card in general. It just stops so many decks. So I'm just saying, you do have the consistency with the draw cards. This card wanted to stay around. That's just fine. I mean, it's just going to add for decks like that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, smash that like button for me and Sam, and I hope you guys will come check out my channel, Simply Slim YGO. I'll have plenty of deck profiles, discussions, and everything Yu-Gi-Oh related over there. I just hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to stick around because we got a lot more deck profiles coming for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.